What's up, Turbo Tribe? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the cars that don't just take us from point A to point B, but redefine what driving feels like, what design can mean, and how technology shapes the way we move. Today, we've got something that feels more like a vision of the future than just another car on the road, the 2026 BMW X. This is BMW's electric flagship SUV. A machine that is designed to mix luxury, innovation, and pure performance in a way that's both futuristic and very, very BMW. So buckle up, because this isn't just a review, it's a journey into what the future of driving feels like when it's wearing a BMW badge. Exterior. The first thing that hits you is the presence of this car. It doesn't whisper SUV. It announces itself with boldness. The front is unmistakable, dominated by the signature kidney grille. Though it's not a grille in the traditional sense because, of course, this is an electric SUV. Instead, BMW has made it onto what they call an intelligent surface, housing sensors, radar tech, and cameras. It's massive, unapologetic, and futuristic, flanked by ultra-slim LED headlights that give the car a sharp, almost robotic expression. The sculpted hood flows seamlessly into the windshield, giving it a sleek aerodynamic edge, while subtle details like the blue accents remind you instantly that this machine is part of BMW's electric I family. Standing in front of it, you don't just see a car, you see BMW's statement about the next decade. Move to the side, and the story gets even more interesting. The proportions are spot on for a premium SUV, but the design language is futuristic without being too alien. You've got flush door handles that pop out when you approach, sharp greases running along the body, and massive wheel options that range up to 22 inches. The side profile is clean, elegant, and futuristic, with an almost coupe-like roofline that gives it a sporty vibe while still delivering SUV practicality. The long wheelbase doesn't just add to the stancia, it translates into serious space inside. One of the coolest touches is the frameless windows, which aren't something you typically see on SUVs. It's those little design choices that make the X feel less like a compromise between utility and style, and more like a piece of modern art on wheels. From the back, the X continues the futuristic approach. Slim LED taillights stretch across the rear, giving it a sharp, high-tech glow at night. The tailgate design is minimal, smooth, and aerodynamic, hiding its size with clever sculpting. There's no exhaust, of course, but the bumper design is aggressive, with diffusers that remind you this is still a performance-oriented BMW. The rear end feels clean and powerful, the kind of design that makes the car look equally good pulling up to a luxury hotel or parked at a charging station on a road trip. It's functional, it's futuristic, and it doesn't try to be flashy just for the sake of it. There's confidence in its simplicity. Interior. Step inside, and the experience shifts from futuristic to almost otherworldly. BMW has taken a bold leap with the interior of the X, and it shows. You're greeted with a minimalist design that still feels luxurious and unmistakably premium. The centerpiece is the massive curved display, which merges a 12.3-inch instrument cluster with the 14.9-inch infotainment screen, all under a single piece of curved glass that seems to float on the dashboard. It's powered by BMW's iDrive 9, which is smoother, faster, and more intuitive than ever before, with natural voice control and endless customization. The hexagonal steering wheel immediately catches your eye. It's unconventional, but after a few minutes, it feels natural and gives you a clear view of the display. Materials are where BMW has gone above and beyond. The cabin is filled with sustainable luxury options, include natural wood finishes, open-pore surfaces, and even leather alternatives made from recycled materials. The seats are some of the most comfortable in the segment, with heating, cooling, and massage functions, while the panoramic glass roof can switch from transparent to opaque at the touch of a button, creating an ambience unlike anything else on the market. The sound system, depending on the trim, is either an incredible Harman Kardon setup or a mind-blowing Bowers Wilkins system with 30 speakers, including ones built into the headrests. This isn't just a car interior, it's a lounge on wheels, designed for relaxation, connection, and high-tech living. Performance. But make no mistake, the X is still very much about performance. The 2026 BMW X comes in multiple variants, with the xDrive 50 offering around 516 horsepower and an estimated 0 to 60 time of just 4.4 seconds. But if that's not enough, the M60 trim takes things to another level with over 600 horsepower and torque figures that are almost insane for an SUV of this size, delivering a 0 to 60 time in under 4 seconds. Instant torque from the dual motor setup gives you that thrilling, push-you-back-in-your-seat acceleration that only EVs can provide, while the adaptive air suspension keeps things smooth, balanced, and ready for anything. Whether you're cruising through the city, blasting down the highway, or tackling winding mountain roads, the X feels planted, powerful, and surprisingly agile for its size. BMW has always been about driving dynamics, and even in this futuristic electric form, that DNA is alive and well. Range is another strong point. Depending on the model and wheel size, the X offers up to around 350 miles of range on a single charge, which is competitive with the best in the industry. And with DC fast charging, you can go from 10% to 80% in about 35 minutes. BMW has also integrated smart charging solutions, over-the-air updates, and compatibility with the latest charging networks, making long-distance travel easier and more practical than ever. For an SUV that's this luxurious, this powerful, and this advanced, the fact that it's also efficient and future-ready is a huge bonus. Now, let's talk about price, because a machine like this doesn't come cheap. The 2026 BMW X starts around $88,000 for the xDrive 50 model, and if you want the high-performance M60, you're looking at closer to $110,000 or more, depending on options. Add in premium paint finishes, massive wheels, the high-end sound system, and luxury interior upgrades, and you could easily push this SUV well past the $120,000 mark. But for buyers in this segment, the X delivers something unique, a perfect balance of futuristic design, luxury living space, and BMW performance DNA, all in an electric package that feels ahead of its time. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 BMW X isn't just another electric SUV, it's BMW planting a flag in the future of mobility. It's bold, it's luxurious, it's packed with tech, and it delivers the kind of performance that makes you forget you're driving something that weighs over 2.5 tons. This isn't just about numbers on a spec sheet, it's about the way the car makes you feel, the way it changes the conversation around electric SUVs, and the way it proves that driving pleasure is still alive in the age of electrification. If you're looking for a machine that's more than just transportation, one that's as much an experience as it is a car, the X deserves to be on your radar. That's it for today's deep dive into the 2026 BMW X Turbo Drive. Let me know in the comments what you think. Does this SUV live up to the BMW name, or is it too much of a leap into the future? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest reviews of the cars that are shaping tomorrow. Until next time, keep your engines roaring up, or in this case, keep your batteries charged, and I'll see you on the next ride.